What's going on, guys? Kenny here from 619 Guitars and Gear, and today we are going to check out yet again another Ibanez Gio. I seem to be just racking these things on up, but as we always do here, let's jump right into it. All right, well, welcome back to another review video. I actually did an unboxing, unbagging video for this guitar a little while ago. It was actually a pretty funny video. My fiance completely surprised me with this thing for my birthday. There's a little bit of a backstory, which I explained in that video, but I'll give you the short version here. Basically, I was in a local shop a few weeks ago and saw this thing hanging up, and at first glance, it just looked like a regular GRG. I believe from what I found online, this is the GRGA120WH. I believe they make it in black too. Yeah, at first glance, just regular old Ibanez Gio GRG. And then I noticed it had a trim, so I thought that was pretty cool. I don't have the whammy bar in right now. But then I noticed someone had upgraded it with an EMG 8185, and then I noticed this little switch, and I was 90% sure that that was the EMG preamp booster system. I believe they sell this as a kit. It's like the Kerry King something or other. But then I pretty much figured, you know, the upgrades done to this guitar they cost more than what they were asking for the guitar. I think they wanted like $199 for it or something like that. So I pretty much was like, yeah, I have to have that. I didn't end up getting it that day. And then she must have remembered me looking at it and completely surprised me with it, told me to set up my camera and everything as if I'm doing an unboxing video, and handed me the gig bag and said, have at it. I was super blown away. It was really cool that she did that for me, but here we are. I will put the link to the unboxing so you guys can check it out because it's pretty funny. But let's go ahead and jump into the specs here. So for the body, you have a solid poplar body, which is typical with the GRGs. A little bit of a carved top to it, and obviously this is the white one. You have a black binding going around the body. You have a bolt-on maple neck, 25.5-inch scale. Now for the fretboard, it is a little weird. I found two different versions of this guitar online. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I probably am. But I found one that everything's identical, but it comes with a New Zealand pine fretboard. It looks a little bit lighter. And then I found one that comes with the Purple Heart fretboard. I believe this is the Purple Heart. I have two other Gios that have the Purple Heart fretboard, and it looks pretty much just like that. The only difference I found in the one I found online with the lighter fretboard was it looks like it had a extra cavity cover here to get to the output jack. I don't know if maybe it's just a newer version. I'm not 100% sure. If you know, tell me in the comments because I'm kind of curious. But like I said, from what I found online, this is the GRGA120WH. You have 24 jumbo nickel frets. You have a 400 millimeter radius, which is basically a 16-inch radius. Regular just dot inlays and regular white side dots. Dual action truss rod with the typical flip open Ibanez truss rod cover, which, like I always say, I love that because it's just very, very convenient. Plastic nut, but that's easy to upgrade. Figures this thing has a bunch of upgrades done to the electronics and then still has the plastic nut, but I can always upgrade that later on because honestly this thing is cut a little funny. The low E string is kind of close to the edge of the fretboard compared to the high E string, so it's kind of shifted over. I mean, I can always fix that, but it's probably just easier to get a new nut. Moving on to the hardware, you have regular Godo style tuners. They're no name brand or anything on them, so they're just probably either self-branded Ibanez tuners or something like that, but they are in black. And then for the bridge, you have the T102 trem system. Seems to function pretty good, no problems so far. And then electronics wise, like I said, you have the EMG 8185, one volume, one tone, the preamp switch, and then a 3-way switch. I believe it comes with a 5-way switch, and then for the pickups, it comes with the Infinity passive ceramic pickups. But I think I like these a little bit more. Let's go ahead and do some measurements. Width-wise, at the nut, you're at 43 millimeters. And then at the 24th fret, you're at 58 millimeters. So it's just the regular GRG neck that we've gone over before. And then thickness-wise, you're at 19.5 millimeters at the first fret. And then at the 12th fret, you're at 21.5 millimeters. So regular GRG neck. Basic specs. I always said these things were awesome mod platforms, and this one's basically halfway there with the EMGs added to it. So it was pretty much a no-brainer. I knew I had to grab this thing, and then she ended up completely surprising me with it. But let's go ahead and plug this thing in and do some sound demos for you guys. All right, we're going to start with some high gain stuff first, starting on the bridge pickup. For now, I have the preamp boost switch off, and then I am plugged into the quad cortex. I found a really good capture on the neural cloud of a Fortin amp with a TS9. Whoever made it, it sounds really, really good. I'm not sure what model Fortin amp it is, but I love it, so thank you, whoever made it. And then for an IR, I'm using the ML Sound Labs, I believe it's the mega oversized cab pack, with a 121 and an SM57 blended together for the microphones. All right, now I'm going to go back and forth with the preamp boost switch just so you can hear the difference. Like I had mentioned, this is the first time ever having one of these installed in a guitar, and I think it's a really great feature to have. It sounds really, really good. So we will start with it off, and I will put on the screen when it's on and when it's off, but you'll most likely be able to hear the difference. All right, we're going to move on to a little clean, again starting at the bridge pickup, and then I have the preamp boost switch off. I just made a little bit of a clean channel with some light shimmer, reverb, and a little bit of delay. All right, now we're going to go back and forth with the boost switch. Now with clean, you can really hear a difference. I think this preamp boost switch definitely shines when you're playing clean, honestly. I think you can really hear the difference. So again, starting on the bridge pickup, and we're going to start with it off. All right, so we went over the specs and everything. You heard it in a full mix demo and standalone demo with just distortion and clean. overall, I think this is a cool little guitar. The upgrades really, really make this thing stand out. I love the preamp boost switch. I think it's awesome, especially for cleans. It really makes a big difference when it comes to cleans. Just adds a lot more to it. And I think it's really cool. It is adjustable, so you can, you know, I think they make a couple different versions. I opened this thing up and looked in it. I could not find what dB this one goes to. I think they make like 12 and 20 and 24 or something like that. I'll have to try to figure out which one it is. But I think it's really cool. I definitely can't turn it all the way up. And basically, when I run it on, you definitely have to turn off your overdrives and stuff because it just gets to be too much. I think I have it pretty much halfway right now. But definitely a cool little guitar. As far as QC, it is used, but I didn't find anything really wrong with this thing. The paint and body and everything looks great. It had the plastic on the cavity cover still. Probably my only complaint would be the nut. Like I said, the string is a little close to the edge. The frets weren't that bad. I did fix them up a little bit just because they were a little sharp like they typically are on a Gio. So I did a little bit of fret work, but they feel absolutely great now. But really no complaints. I'm pretty sure this thing was almost close to brand new when this person must have traded it in or something like that. So really no complaints at all. Everything looks really, really good. It was actually set up pretty good. It came in set up in drop B, which I have no complaints about that because that's pretty much the tunings that I play in. Right now I put it in drop A sharp, but yeah, I really, really dig this thing. Definitely, like I say, really great mod platform. I know I put a lot of Ibanez's on the channel and a lot of Ibanez Gios lately. But yeah, I just really, really like them. And like I mentioned in my other videos, I grew up hating Ibanez. I don't even have a good reason why, but now I have more Ibanez guitars than any other brand. So it's kind of just really weird how that happens. But really cool guitar. As always, guys, I thank you so much for watching. We're going to have a couple videos coming out. My work schedule's been crazy, so I'm doing the best I can. But we still got to get the, I've been working on the Quad Cortex first impression video. And then we'll just keep doing what we can like we always do. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you made it here to the end. As always, stay safe, be a good person, go play your guitar and work on your guitar, maintenance it and everything else because it'll thank you later. But we'll see you in the next video.